Hello students, we will discuss interference of light. So what do we mean by interference of light? If we have a single source of light, now it distributes uniformly its intensity. Say for example, we have an electric bulb, then in the whole room the intensity is equally distributed. But if we have two sources of light, and these two sources of light must have been generated, has been created from a single source of light, then we get on screen the intensity pattern redistribute. At some point the intensity becomes maximum, at some point the intensity becomes minimum, and the phenomena is called the interference of light. It means if we have two sources of light and the light waves coming from these sources superimpose, then the intensity pattern redistribute. At some point the intensity becomes maximum. This point corresponds to the constructive interference, and at some point the intensity becomes minimum. These points corresponds to the destructive interference. So in interference phenomena, we get the bright and dark fringes, that is maxima and minima on the screen. First experimental example is the Young's double slit experiment, which shows the experimental evidence of the interference. First time Young's observed this interference of light. So the question is, what are these sources called? These sources are called the coherent sources. So if we have a light source S1 and the light wave coming from this source is represented by the equation y1 is equal to a1 sine omega t, and another source S2 from which the light waves can be represented by the equation y2 is equal to a2 sine omega t plus phi. Phi is the phase difference between these two waves, right? Then due to superposition principle is the vector sum of all the waves. So due to superposition principle, we write y is equal to y1 plus y2. Now it is intensity which we can see on the screen. Therefore in each case, in each equations, we should find out the intensity. Intensity always means the square of amplitude. So if y1 is equal to a1 sine omega t, its intensity will be a1 is the amplitude. Its intensity I1 is equal to a1 square, and second equation is y2 is equal to a2 sine omega t plus phi. So intensity of this is I2 is equal to a2 square, because intensity always means the square of amplitude. So if we use some trigonometrical expression, then we get this the resultant intensity. The resultant intensity is I is equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus twice of a1 a2 cos phi. This is the expression for the resultant intensity. You notice this expression is I is equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus twice of a1 a2 cos phi. When phi is even number multiple of pi, that is means phi is equal to 2n pi, we get the maximum intensity, because in this case the cos 2n pi will be plus 1 and the intensity will be I maximum, that is a1 plus a2 whole square. So it is the case of the constructive interference. And when the phase difference between these two waves is odd number multiple of pi, that is phi is equal to 2n plus 1 pi, then in this case the cos phi will be minus 1, and therefore the intensity will be minimum, and the minimum intensity is written as A1 minus A2 whole square. So we can calculate the relative intensity, that is I maximum upon I minimum, which is equal to A1 plus A2 whole square divided by A1 minus A2 whole square. So sometime in AKTV examination we will we get the numerical to calculate the relative intensity, that is I max minus I min. And minimum intensity is corresponding to the destructive interference. So condition for the destructive interference is phi is equal to 2n plus 1 pi. 2n plus 1 is odd number. And we can also calculate the visibility of the fringes or visibility of the bands. So visibility is written as I maximum minus I minimum whole upon I maximum plus I minimum. From this expression we can find the visibility. So this is about the interference. What is the interference and how we calculate the intensity, maximum intensity, minimum intensity, and the visibility. Now the second question is what are the coherent sources, how they can be produced in practice. And two independent sources of light may or may not be coherent. So first we will discuss what are the coherent sources. There are two sources of light which have been created from a single source, which have been derived from a single source of light, and have constant phase difference with time, with respect to time. They are called the coherent sources. And these the light wave coming from these sources should have equal amplitudes, that is A1 is equal to A2, and also should have the equal wavelength, that is lambda 1 is equal to lambda 2. That means the light sources should be monochromatic, because lambda 1 is equal to lambda 2 is the condition which is correlated with the coherence property. So this A1 is equal to A2. It means if we calculate the maximum intensity, you remember the maximum intensity is A1 plus A2 whole square. So the maximum intensity, both the amplitudes are equal, that is 4A square, and the minimum intensity in case of equal amplitudes will be 0. That means the bright band will be maximum bright and the dark band will be absolutely dark. That means we will get the better contrast pattern if the amplitudes are equal. So the two sources of light which have been created from a single source and have constant phase difference with respect to time are called coherent sources, provided they should have equal amplitudes. The light wave coming from these sources should have equal amplitudes and equal wavelength. Now the question is how we can create these two coherent sources. Now you first remember these two coherent sources which have been generated from a single source. Both may be real, both may be virtual. One may be real, another may be virtual. So the first example in which we can create the coherent sources is Young's double slit experiment. Because it is Young's double slit experiment in which both the coherent sources are real sources. The second is the Lloyd single mirror, in which one source is virtual, another is the real source. The third is the Bilet split lens, in which both the coherent sources are virtual, and the fourth is Fresnel biprism, in which both the coherent sources are virtual. So the two sources of light which have been created from a single source and must have constant phase difference with respect to time are called coherent. These two sources may be virtual, these two sources may be real, one may be virtual and the another may be real. Now, two independent sources of light may never be coherent because large number of practical problems involved regarding phase. So the two sources of light which are independent will never be coherent. Now thank you.